What would you like to say about our local LGBTQ plus community?
Well, first of all, it is one of the most cohesive, strongest communities that I've been in. And it's a community that truly cares about the greater community, not just the LGBTQ community. And I think the effect that has on our community is it creates a greater level of civility and collective efficacy where you're working with one another, taking care of one another, and that creates a safe, wonderful bubble that we live in.
We live in a bubble, and this is like no community we have ever lived in, and we have lived in some great places. But the love here and the support.
We realize that, there are a lot of service providers doing many great things across the desert. But what we purpose to do is to go beyond just providing or meeting a need, providing a service. We want to take the time to understand people, to make sure they feel seen and valued and that they experience belonging, because that's when community is created. I think in places like Palm Springs, we say, oh, Palm Springs, there's so many gay people there, but proximity is not the same as community.
No.
So we've got to take the time to know each other and to engage in meaningful ways.
Celebrate you, because I have to say, of all the people that I've ever met in the desert, you two are some of the most open and loving and accessible and community involved. I think more so than any of our leaders. You, for whatever reason, you've got the star power and you've made the connection.
It's because you love us.
Right.
This is mutual. It's mutual.
And we get invited to a lot of stuff, and we go because it's truly who we believe we should be as a leader in this community. Is that we want to show up for people and we want to be there with them. And I mean, how can you become part of the community unless you're there present physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually with everybody in this community? And so
Plus it's damn fun.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, my name is James Lindquist. I'm the Chief Development Officer for the Center, and you are watching PromoHomo.TV, and we have exciting breaking news about Center Stage 2025.
Plus, all of my red carpet coverage from the 2024 event coming up. Yeah. We're just reminiscing here on the red carpet with Mike Thompson, who is the CEO of the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. Hello, everybody. Welcome to PromoHomo.TV's annual coverage of Center Stage, benefiting the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. Hello, everybody. I'm Nicholas Snow. This is PromoHomo.TV. I hope that everyone out there is feeling as joyful as I am. I'm feeling a lot of joy. I'm feeling a lot of joy because, I have connection. I have connection to our community. I have connection to the people that you just saw. And as someone who, I'm getting tearful and none of this is rehearsed, but as someone who can experience isolation and loneliness even at this point in my life, as visible as I am, I really value the work of the center that is all about creating a vibrant community by helping LGBTQ folks along their way. And do you know what the word embargoed means in the world of PR and press releases? Well, it means that I, as a journalist, can find out information and not share it because it is embargoed and until a particular date and time. So it was at 8 a.m. this morning that I was actually allowed to start sharing the content that I'm sharing with you now. So let me just get right into the embargoed information, which goes like this. The LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert announces Center Stage honorees as the gala celebrates creating impact together. And they are proud to announce Jeff Weyant and Marty Massiello, they will receive the Legacy Award at its annual Center Stage Gala presented by Eisenhower Health. Now, also the co-chairs are Andy Mills and Police Chief Cathy Mills. Police Chief Andy Mills and his wife Cathy Mills, although they could both do the job, I'm sure. I didn't have any footage of interviews in the past with Jeff and Marty, which is how come I didn't bring them to you in the opening. But I was happy to show their photo. So their Legacy Award honors those who have made a lasting impact to the Coachella Valley's LGBTQ community. As longtime supporters of the center, they have contributed significantly to building the thriving and expansive organization the center is today. Jeff and Marty have been instrumental in the establishment and continued growth of the Center Coachella, said the center's CEO, Mike Thompson. They generously helped us secure a physical space in downtown Coachella, underwrote our internship program to develop young new leaders, and are supporting the continued expansion of the center's Eastern Coachella Valley programs. The Center Coachella is a safe, affirming space for LGBTQ plus youth living in the Eastern Coachella Valley and a source of culturally competent support for their family members. Interactions with community members at the Center Coachella more than doubled in the last year, thanks to a variety of programming that bring people together and connects the community. Center Stage is happening Friday, October 17th at the Palm Springs Air Museum, with the theme Creating Impact Together. Tickets and sponsorship information are available online at the center's website at Center Stage. And because I'm the director, the producer, and the host, I can put this on the screen for you right now as I continue. Honorary co-chairs of Center Stage will be Andy Mills, the Palm Springs Chief of Police, and his wife Cathy Mills. Andy and Cathy's commitment to fostering a safer, more inclusive community aligns beautifully with the mission of the center, said the center's Chief Development Officer, James Lindquist. As advocates for connection, understanding, and service, they exemplify leadership that uplifts everyone. So with that, let me play an interview I had with James yesterday in preparation for today's breaking news. So right now the news is out because in the intro they know who's who and what's what. And I know that Marty Massiello and his partner have been huge supporters of the center. They're such perfect choices for honorees. And I was just so excited when Palm Springs Police Chief Andy Mills and Cathy Mills were chosen as the honorary co-chairs. How cool is that?
Yeah, we're very fortunate. You know, as you said, Jeff Weyant and his partner, Marty Massiello, have been a huge part of the center over the years. They are actually the reason that we have the Center Coachella. They found us the space out there. They also underwrote our doing our intern program and continue to be a large supporter of the LGBTQ plus community. With Police Chief Andy Mills and his wife, Cathy Mills, thank you. Oh my God. We're really fortunate that this is the first event that they've chosen to be a honorary chair for. They're perfect parts of the community. They believe in the community. They support the community as our straight allies. It's so important. And they have really become the heart of the community.
Plus, I think that Cathy has more rainbow clothes than any gay man in Palm Springs.
And I don't think she wears the same outfit twice. I mean, so it'll be really interesting to see what she's going to wear. You know, Cathy always loves the LGBTQ plus community, same as her husband. They will always support anything that we do and have just been such great supporters of everything that happens in this community.
Well, you know, I teased my interview with them last year in the opening, but coming up, I have the entire red carpet coverage from the 2024 event that will really give people a comprehensive understanding of who goes, what happens. Mike Thompson is in the coverage talking about the whole purpose of the center. And we have some great entertainment too.
Yes, so we have Marissa Corvo. She was on American Idol. She's also been on The Voice, and she's going to be singing a very specific song that we wanted to do, especially during this time with everything that's happening in the political environment, and that's been happening in our LGBTQ plus community for the last year to kind of like help support one another and give a message that we all belong and that we need to be seen, and that's what this event is for.
Which leads us into the official theme.
Yes, so creating impact together. So what we believe is that really it's that is not one person that can create impact. In order to create impact, we have to do this together. We have to support each other. We have to allow each other to be who we are and just allow each other to be seen for whoever we are.
So when people watch my coverage of last year, one of the things they'll notice is in my interviews, I would often talk about what was at stake for us in October of last year politically, as we were leading into an election that didn't go the way that so many people wanted it to go. And we've seen horrific outcomes because of the way that it went. The center is a 501c3 organization. It's nonpartisan, but it is very much about advocating for the LGBTQ community and our causes. And one of the things that the center has done through its Scott Hines Behavioral Health Clinic is really provide space for people to deal with the trauma of the current political environment.
Yes. And so we have a weekly group that meets and has an opportunity to feel safe to talk about what's happening. I mean, you touch base on as far as the LGBTQ plus community, we have the fights against the trans rights. Looking in November, we're going to have now the Supreme Court talking about, do we as same-sex couples have the right to be married and have the benefits that we do? I mean, I don't think we ever thought we'd be in a time like this.
I remember when I lived in Palm Springs when marriage equality across the country became legal. And, a decade or so later, it's threatened. And yeah, it's sort of stunning. So in your role as Chief Development Officer, and congratulations on your promotion. I always thought he was the chief. He has that chief aura about him. So clearly, when you're going to someone and you're asking them to contribute to the center, you have a list of things that you say. I would love for you to share with my audience the sorts of things that you want a potential donor to know about the work here.
I think it's just really important to talk about the engagements that we have. It's really important to talk about how do we reach out into the community? How does the community connect with us? Over this last year, we've had over 85,000 engagements, which means that somebody has connected with one of the 4 buildings that we have, whether it's the Scott Hines Behavioral Center, whether it's the John McDonald and Rob Wright Center, the main campus here, whether it is our food bank or if it is the Center Coachella. Last year we served over 35,000 people through our food bank, 35,000 individuals. Our offices in Coachella continue to expand and help support families, youth, and our Spanish Latino community. So we just continue to expand in the services and programs that we offer and in reaching into our community.
Okay, so how do people get tickets to the center stage before it's sold out?
So they would go to www.thecentercv.org, and on top you'll see events. Click on that, and then you'll click on center stage.
And it does sell out every year.
It does. And so we're really fortunate in that people really support this. Last year we had about 630 people. The goal this year is to have 800 people, with hoping to raise $1 million that will go back into our community, into the programs and services that we offer.
Wow. Is there anything you want to add that we haven't talked about?
Just that we really need people's support right now. I think it's really important for us to help support one another. This is a great event, and whether you're able to attend the event or whether you can help support the center in some way, whether it's through a financial support or through our food bank or volunteering, anything really helps support us.
Well, and I'm happy and thrilled and honored to be a long-term media partner with the center. Some of the most historic footage that exist about this organization is in my archives, from the grand opening of this building, the grand reopening of this building, the McDonald Wright Star dedication, several center stages, and more.
Yes.
And the tradition continues. So, and here we are. I'm glad we're both still here in life, and I'm glad all of you are watching. And they're going to get to watch the red carpet from last year coming up.
Wonderful. Well, and thank you so much, Nicholas, for all your support. We couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
It's my pleasure. So stay tuned, because as I promised, I have comprehensive coverage of last year's event, including that wonderful interview with Palm Springs Police Chief Andy Mills and his beautiful wife, Cathy, after this. Okay, after this is me. I do have all that red carpet coverage coming up. But now I just want to take and I've let you know how to support the center, as I do. But now I want you to know how to support me and this program. You know, I'm a multimedia entertainment activist, and I have been out of the closet for 40 years. I can't believe that. I was doing the math recently. And since I'm only 39, I mean, actually, this is what 63 looks like. So, there are a variety of ways that you can give. If you give on my Patreon page, as little as $3 a month, in the fourth month of your support, you get this really wonderful bumper sticker that comes in a little cardboard envelope. If you donate $10 a month or more by the end of 2025, for as long as you remain one of the people who has pledged, and you keep that active, your name will be in the closing credits of the show. But at the $10 level, that opportunity ends at the end of the year. So if you're not signed up at that level by the end of 2025, you won't make it into the closing credits, but you'll get other benefits. If you pledge $25 a month or more, you'll always be in the closing credits. And I'm going to not wait until the closing credits, but right now I want to give you the names of the people that are supporting me now at $10 a month or more. But before I do that, I always forget to remove this banner, because it appears again in the video that I'm about to play. I'll be your light. And there's another way that you can support if you prefer. You can choose one of the membership tiers at the official YouTube channel, where you get access to exclusive content. One of the pieces of exclusive content there right now is my complete documentary, Tinseltown's Queer, 30 years later, that looks at my historic public access television show that reached up to 600,000 households in the LA metropolitan area in the 1990s. So that's coming up. Now, as promised, I'm going to go right into my red carpet coverage from the 2024 Center Stage event. I did not rewatch the interviews in preparation for this. I did post-produce them and put them all together and make sure that there was nice transitions between one interview to the next. So I'm going to be re-experiencing them along with you as I broadcast them live right now for the first time. I wanted to save last year's coverage to help create excitement for this year's event. So this is the premiere of that coverage. I haven't watched them all, but one of the things I know that I was talking about was how what a politically important time we were at leading into the November election, and we know how that went. So one of the things I'm fascinated about is to revisit how people were feeling and what they were thinking and what they were saying leading into that election that forever changed America. So with that, let's go into my coverage from last year. I also want you to know that while I'm doing this, if you are watching live and at any point during this broadcast, you can comment on the social media platform where you are watching, and I can curate your remarks into the screen just as I have the message that you're seeing now. So let's transport ourselves back to October of 2024 for the red carpet at Center Stage.
Out to California. Take me out to California.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to PromoHomo.TV's annual coverage of Center Stage, benefiting the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert, and co-hosting with me once again for countless times at one event or another, my bro, Clifton Tatum.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Oh.
Do you ever get tired of red carpets?
No, I enjoy red carpets. It's my opportunity to actually walk on a carpet. You know, most Palm Springs homes have marble floors.
Well, to be quite honest with our viewers, there's a red carpet behind us, but we're standing on cement here at the Palm Springs Air Museum. So the theme of Center Stage 2024, Cliff, as you know, is creating community, making magic. And tonight is, of course, presented by the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert with presenting sponsor Eisenhower Health. And do you know more about the theme? Do you know?
No, but I'm interested.
I'm about to tell you.
Well,
I have the press release in my hand, yes. So, creating community magic is destined to be an unforgettable evening that will showcase the center's life-saving work and celebrate the vibrancy of our LGBTQ plus desert community, and all funds raised benefit the center. And I use the center services in many different ways. And I really value their work. And I know that you've been there many times.
Yeah, you know, the center has held my personal club meetings with the Palm Springs Leather Order of the Desert and with Brothers of the Desert. Both those organizations have their meetings at the LGBT Center. But also, when I meet new people who are visiting Palm Springs or moving Palm Springs, and they say, well, you know, what do I do? How do I connect it to all the events? I say, go online, look up the LGBT Center, or drop by.
TheCenterCV.org. TheCenterCV.org.
And what you'll find is all the LGBT programs that are happening in town. And not only the ones that are happening in town, but the things that are happening in the center as well. There's a lot of opportunities to meet people of like minds, and the center's a great jumping off spot.
And this is a great jumping off spot for me to say to you, stay tuned. Clifton and I will be back in just a minute or two with our red carpet interviews.
All right.
The LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert is the only Coachella Valley organization dedicated to meeting the diverse needs of all LGBTQ plus individuals. From our Palm Springs McDonald Wright building to the Center Coachella, the Scott Hines Behavioral Health Clinic, and the Community Food Bank, our mission comes to life by making meaningful connections to resources and to community that contribute to LGBTQ plus people's health and happiness. For more information, visit thecentercv.org.
Yeah, I got this in 2014. So yeah.
We're just reminiscing here on the red carpet with Mike Thompson, who is the CEO of the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. And I've been a partner of the center as long as you have, and so happy to be here again. Now, Clifton, he had a question about tonight. Do you remember what it is?
Yeah, your theme for the night. I was asking Nicholas, what's the theme all about?
Yeah, creating community, making magic. So we realized that, there are a lot of service providers doing many great things across the desert. But what we purpose to do is to go beyond just providing or meeting a need, providing a service. We want to take the time to understand people, to make sure they feel seen and valued and that they experience belonging, because that's when community is created. I think in places like Palm Springs, we say, oh, Palm Springs, there's so many gay people there, but proximity is not the same as community.
No.
So we've got to take the time to know each other
Sure.
and to engage in meaningful ways. And that's what the theme is about. And that's what our work is about.
Excellent.
And their work is about creating a vibrant community by helping LGBTQ plus people along their way.
That's right.
And
nobody says it better than Nicholas.
And the World Health Organization has declared isolation and loneliness a global pandemic. And I know that I experience it in my own life. I always share that openly as part of the solution. And that is a big mission of the center.
It is. That's tricky, right? Back to this idea of proximity versus community. We've got to find ways for meaningful engagement, because that's what draws people out of isolation and draws them into social engagement. And in those points of engagement, that's when vibrant community is created.
Now, we're not going to be able to capture much of the program itself. So I would love for you to talk about tonight's honorees.
Yeah.
And say a few words. I know you're saving all the big stuff for the stage, but say a few words about the people you're honoring tonight.
Yeah, we're honoring John McDonald and Rob Wright, actually the donors who gifted us our building, the McDonald Wright building on North Palm Canyon. And I can't say enough great things about these men. Besides being big-hearted philanthropists, they have such deep care for our community, which is why they gifted us this building, to make sure our community and the organizations within our community have a place to call home, to meet, and then make the magic of community happen. And so I think it's an honor to be able to celebrate and honor them tonight.
That's beautiful. And Mr. Kasoy.
Oh yeah, Arnie Kasoy. We're happy to give him some recognition tonight. He is a visionary philanthropist. He gifted us the 2 lots across the street, so that as our vision begins to kind of take form for the future, we know that future generations of queer people living in the desert have a place to expand for what they want for themselves as well.
That's beautiful. Cliff?
Well, no, I was going to ask you. Now, I understand there's a youth division of the LGBT Center that just recently opened up Down Valley. Is that true?
Well, the Trans Wellness Center has their youth center in Central Palm Springs, but we have our Center Coachella in the city of Coachella, and our work there is predominantly focused on young people, actually Spanish-speaking young people and their families. And so we do a lot of youth work. We do a lot of schools work. We've got great relationships with both school districts in the eastern part of the valley. So we're there on site being a resource, not only to the young people, but to the faculty and staff as well, to make sure kids feel supported at school.
That's so important, which was a lot of work I did back when I was a title holder and fundraiser for the LGBT Center as well.
That's right.
So I know you have to go and you have a lot of things to do tonight. He's working tonight. We're all enjoying the dinner. This man is working.
But you know what you forgot? The entertainment.
Oh, Abby Carter, the most recent American Idol winner. We were thrilled to snag her soon after her title. So we're thrilled that she's going to have a homecoming of sorts here in the Valley. And we're thrilled to be able to give her a platform and a stage, center stage, in fact, to celebrate tonight.
That's awesome.
Thank you for bringing that up. I just wanted to give Mike a last word. I would love for you to look into the camera and speak to the person that's isolated and alone and needing support.
Yeah. So if you're feeling isolated and lonely, or even hints of it, because this is a thing that we don't like to acknowledge sometimes, but if you are feeling just even the inkling of that, know this: we're here for you. So reach out to us. Let us know that you are looking for a connection point, and whatever it is you need, whether we have it in the scope of our programs and services, or whether that means us reaching out to connect with community partners, we're going to make sure that you get connected, because you don't need to be alone. We can help create a sense of belonging for you.
just go to the centercv.org. Get kiss time.
And you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Mike.
guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more after this. I'm Nicholas Snow, and I'd like to thank Willie Ryan and John Pascal, owners of 849 Restaurant and Lounge, for their support of PromoHomo.TV from the beginning. I was honored to work at the restaurant the first 4 years they were open, during which time I was inspired to write this. At 849 Restaurant and Lounge, sitting in the lounge area at a high top with a view of the grand corridor, the main dining area, is truly like starring in one play while simultaneously watching another, both with fabulous scenery and lighting, a gorgeous cast, fascinating characters, and exciting plot twists, complete with movie stars and paparazzi, not to mention fabulous eats. I call it reality dinner theater. See and be seen while starring in your own scene. Perhaps we'll have a scene together. Make your reservations at 849.com.
Hi, it's Brad Furr, a proud media sponsor of PromoHomo.TV, and I'm the owner of K-Gay Palm Springs and Gay Desert Guide. We just wanted to say thank you and thanks to Nicholas Snow for what he does. K-Gay Radio is a worldwide streaming service of great dance hits that you can listen to anywhere, anytime. And when you're planning your visit to Greater Palm Springs, use gaydesertguide.lgbt.
Ask your smart speaker to play KGAY.
Hi, my name is Matt Scalarude, president of Pink Media and a very proud and long-term supporter of PromoHomo.TV. And so at Pink Media, we've been working with companies large and small, including destinations such as this, to kind of help them target and reach the LGBT community online. And so we've been doing this for almost 30 years. And what's more important is that, it started out with banner ads and email campaigns, and now we've morphed into social media and video, and it's all about storytelling. So if you have a story and a message that you'd like to get out to a very targeted yet broad audience online, reaching the LGBT community, give us a call or reach us at www.pinkmedia.lgbt. Thanks.
It's not her favorite thing to do interviews, but she does them for me, and that's why I love Dr. Jill Hangston. Hey, doctor.
Hi, Nicholas.
So the reason that I always compel you to be on camera, because I know you're more comfortable in your office, is because the work that you do is so important. And I would love for you to just speak a little bit about the mental health, the Scott Hines Behavioral Health Clinic, and the important work that you do and how it has expanded.
Right. Well, as we all know, mental health is so needed right now, especially after COVID. We have never had a wait list this long, and we do a pretty good job of running people in, and when they've reached their goals, like being able to transition them to groups or whatever that might be. But right now we have 10 groups, and they are all free of cost. We've never had that many. We see about 100 to 125 individual and couples each week. And so we are just constantly going. I have a staff right now of 11. And so we're able to see all those people. And mind you, these are part-time workers. So they are just so dedicated. They're driven to serve our community. And I feel really blessed to have the team that I have right now.
What drives you to serve the community?
I've always wanted to. When I came out when I was 16, and I started going to this underage club in Portland, and I met these street kids who had been kicked out for being queer, and I just decided someday when I grow up, this is what I want to do. I want to help these kids. And after 2 other careers, I actually went back to school and am able to do that now.
That's so beautiful. Cliff?
Well, no, the behavioral division of the LGBT Center doesn't just service LGBT community, right?
Right. I mean, Granted, 95, 6, 7% are queer, but yeah, I see a straight couple with 2 queer kids, right? So things like that and families, but no, we don't turn anybody away. Mind you, we make sure they know where they're coming, because sometimes it's like, wait, who are you referred to? Who sent you here? Do you know where you're coming? Because I don't ever want it to expose our team to any negativity or anything like that. So
now in 2015, I was involved in fundraising as a title holder. How has the behavioral department changed in the last 10 years?
oh my goodness. Well, we went from basically 3 offices, then to 4 offices on the 3rd floor of the building we're now in, to 10 offices and 2 group rooms dedicated to the clinic. And we are, like I said, we are just people calling all the time. I think we have a pretty good reputation, and so they know that they're going to come to a safe place and get the help that they need.
And even though Dr. Hingston doesn't do a lot of interviews, she has shown up red carpet ready, and you have really valuable things to share.
I'm a listener, not a talker.
And thank you. And you can find Dr. Hingston and her team at thecentercv.org. Have a wonderful center stage.
Thanks, Nicholas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know his voice, but you may not know his face. John Taylor from KG 1065 Palm Springs, and your other call letters are?
That's the only call letters we have.
I thought you had another one in.
Oh, that's our ugly sister station, KMEE. But
well,
that's
around the world,
we're gay.
Go to kgpalmsprings.com to find them around the world.
Yes.
You've been in our community for decades. You do a lot of important work. You've always been in the media. Why is it important for you to show up here tonight?
Free dinner.
You know, he usually has a lot more substantive things to say.
No. I ordered the chicken, and instead of the vegetarian. But free food.
Palm Springs.
But you know what? This is a gathering in the community, and we love our LGBT Community Center of the Desert, and it does so many things for so many people on so many different levels. Not just the feeling of community, but sometimes it's mental health. Sometimes it's helping you find housing. Sometimes it's just learning how to macrame or quilt, or it's an amazing resource here.
And what's the most fulfilling part for you to be part of really the world famous and very unique KG 106.5?
Getting invited to events where they feed you for free.
That's his theme tonight, Cliff.
I'm hungry.
John Taylor is not only a great radio DJ, he's also a humanitarian. The guy recently received an award. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Pride Honors.
They ran out of people, and so they needed to put somebody in a convertible in the Pride Parade. Seriously, all seriousness aside, I'm very, very honored to be the Stonewall Spirit of Pride recipient. Wow. Very unexpected. And as soon as I got notified of it, I was like, oh, I better step up my game and really do something in this community, because they're going to give me a convertible to ride in, and I got to wave like a queen. You got to show me how to do that.
Well, just to apologize to you on camera, I record that every year, post-produce it and broadcast, and somehow I said yes to the Facebook event, but it never made it into my calendar, and I didn't know it was happening until I started seeing all the photos in my Facebook feed.
Oh, we had
so
a
I
nice
hope
event.
someone grabbed video for you.
Oh yeah, it was a great moment, and I'm thrilled. Usually I'm walking the parade, but this time I get to ride in a lovely.
Awesome. Usually I'm walking the streets.
Yes, I'm a street walker.
With John Taylor from KG 106.5
Thanks,
and
John.
Cliff Tatum. We'll be back after this.
Love you.
Mwah. I'm here with tonight's big honorees, John McDonald and Rob Wright, who have quite a history of philanthropy in the LGBTQ community, not only here in Palm Springs, but everywhere. Congratulations, sir and sir.
Thank you very much.
How are you feeling tonight?
I feel very proud and very pleased. It's really a beautiful evening.
And do you ever feel uncomfortable when you're being honored for all the good work that you do?
No, I don't feel that way at all. People are so good. People are being so good to give us this privilege. So I'm very, very pleased.
Well, it's always nice to see you. And how are you feeling tonight? And hold that up higher.
Really good, and we normally don't seek the limelight, and so this is kind of unusual for us.
Does it feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, with all these people, but we're so pleased that we are getting the Legacy Award tonight.
Speaking of which, a lot of people have wealth and they don't give. They're not philanthropic, but you two are. And I'm wondering, one at a time, what inspired you to be a philanthropist?
Well, it just seemed like the right thing to do. And we had good examples before.
Yeah, we wanted to be good examples, and it's because we could. And we decided to do it while we were still alive. And that way we can see what what the result is. And it's been exciting with the Los Angeles Gay and Lesbian Center, and now this one, and the Williams Institute. And it's just great.
Well, you can Google these fine gentlemen, and you can find my coverage of their star dedication that they both got on the Palm Springs Walk of Stars. That's in the media archives. And I also broadcast live, and it's in the archives, the dedication of the building. So I'm honored to continue to help capture your history of philanthropy.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for that kindness.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Brad. It's good to see you again.
Nice to see you. Have fun tonight.
You bet. Thank you.
Coverage of this event simply would not be complete in my heart without interviewing the wonderful Charles Huff, who is the Director of Food Security at the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert, and a star in your own right. Hello.
Hello. Well, thank you. I need that invitation everywhere I go.
Well, I find myself in a current situation, being disabled. This is my hobby, PromoHomo.TV, that I am now a grateful client of the food bank, but I'm just one of many. Talk about the important work that you do.
Well, every Thursday, we are currently feeding well over 300 families. And
that's families, not people. That's families.
Right. 300 families come through, which impacts close to 700 people. Yeah. And we do that with fresh fruit, protein, non-perishables, and all of those things that we give out every week.
And the process of becoming a member of the food bank for me was I needed to submit my need, and then a couple of weeks later I got contacted, and I was then authorized to go each Thursday. And are you getting enough support? Are you having to turn people away? Do you have a significant wait?
No, I'm proud to say since I came over as Director of Food Security, I eliminated the wait list. You don't wait anymore. So we try to keep enough on hand to feed everybody.
Oh, that's beautiful. Cliff?
Well, I'm curious. Many people think about providing food, offer gifts to shelters during the holidays. What would you say is the month or the time of year where you really have the strongest need?
Well, since you mentioned holidays, right now we have the strong need because we're preparing for holiday distributions. And we try to, during the holiday, beef up the distribution. So soon you'll be hearing us talk about how people can donate turkeys to us and all the fixings for Thanksgiving and all of that. But on a regular basis, we are always in need of food. We are an affiliate of Fine Food Bank, and we do get food from them, but what we get from them is not enough to completely sustain us to feed that many people every week. So it's Fine Food Bank, there are local grocery stores, local bakers, anyone who has a business that has food they can donate, we will accept. We are not a food bank that cooks for people. We give them the food in order to cook for themselves.
when I introduced Charles as a star, in his other life, he's a wonderful singer and performer.
Well, thank you. Matter of fact, I just sang this afternoon. Do you remember volunteer Edie Grossbeck?
Yes.
She just turned 90, and there was a tea this afternoon at Willie's, and I sing. I have sung for her birthday every 5 years.
Oh wow! And what did you sing today?
It's always, she always wants happy birthday, but every year I come up with a different arrangement of it for her.
So for singing gigs and food insecurity, find Charles Huff at thecentercv.org. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charles.
And thanks for always supporting us. It's appreciated.
It's my honor.
Thank you.
Tonight. I like that shirt. I'm here with an icon of the desert, Dennis DeGroot. Dennis, it's wonderful to see you as always. You're festive for the occasion.
Thank you.
Now, I know that you like to be philanthropic, but you can't be philanthropic for everyone everywhere, and you make important choices. Why do you choose the LGBTQ Community Center to support?
Well, I moved here 22 years ago, and I knew no one. And it was back in the Sun Plaza, and nobody that was involved with it now was then. And they provided a lot of groups, for discussion groups, and they had a little bit of activities, and nothing like today, of course. Maybe 20 people is what it was involved. But it really gave me a good start of 22 years ago, because I didn't know anybody here.
And you've stayed connected ever since.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's the truth.
Well, I just want to say, Dennis, your fashion is always a standout.
Well, thank
I
you.
love checking you out, and your glasses are iconic in
Well,
this
thank
community.
you.
And thank you for your continued efforts and work that you do with all of us.
Well, thank you. Good.
Just in case I don't have a chance to do this again, Dennis is leaving the desert to be close to his family. The countdown has begun, and I know that we will miss you terribly when you go to be with your family.
And May 3rd is my party, so you'll be invited.
Well, I will be able to see him and help send him off. But we love you here in the desert, and thank you for being you.
I've had a good 47-year run.
Wow.
In California, so
we're fantastic.
San Francisco, and then here. So.
And your family must be really excited that you're going to be with them.
Well, I don't know if that's the case, but they're going to get me anyway.
They'll adjust.
We'll have him zoom in to a future episode and find
I'm
out.
a little bit out there for them, but they're going to have to get used to me. So.
What state will you be going to?
Well, my goal is May 15th, 2025.
What state? What state?
New York.
Oh, that's
upstate.
Come on now.
Upstate New York needs. Not only do they need you, they need your vote.
Well, I've already voted here. So.
Right. Well, next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thankfully.
Okay.
Have fun tonight.
Thank you. Good seeing you.
Yeah. Well, we've been on all night, so I'm glad that worked out.
You're on all the time.
I'm on all the time, and right now I'm on with Palm Springs Chief of Police Andy Mills and his gorgeous, loving, rainbow-clad wife Cathy. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, Nicholas?
We're good. How are you?
Awesome. I love the hair.
Thank you.
Very nice.
It's I'm
up here too.
Oh, thank you.
It's very high and tight.
I'm butch if I don't walk, talk, or move.
Okay.
So we're at the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. I know that you were recently, before coming to Palm Springs, not so recent now, very involved in San Diego. What would you like to say about our local LGBTQ plus community?
Well, first of all, it is one of the most cohesive, strongest communities that I've been in. And it's a community that truly cares about the greater community, not just the LGBTQ community. And I think the effect that has on our community is it creates a greater level of civility and collective efficacy, where you're working with one another, taking care of one another, and that creates a safe, wonderful bubble that we live in.
We live in a bubble, and this is like no community we have ever lived in, and we have lived in some great places. But the love here and the support, and they like police. It's a miracle.
Yeah, we have a great police force, and and I celebrate them, and also I celebrate you, because I have to say, of all the people that I've ever met in the desert, you two are some of the most open and loving and accessible and community involved. I think more so than any of our leaders. You, for whatever reason, you've got the star power and you've made the connection.
It's because you love us.
Right.
This is mutual. It's mutual.
Yeah, you know, we get invited to a lot of stuff, and we go because it's truly who we believe we should be as a leader in this community. Is that we want to show up for people and we want to be there with them. And I mean, how can you become part of the community unless you're there present physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually with everybody in this community? And so
Plus it's damn fun.
Yeah. This town party is like a rock star.
Look at that shirt.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Well, you remember me
I remember you.
from the what's it called? The talent show.
Which
the Soul Train Brothers, the
Oh, the lip sync, the lip syncing for your lives.
Yeah, the guy that actually seemed like he was a pro. The rest of us were just ham and eggers.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
You are out everywhere, seen all over the events in town. What do you like to do in your downtime just to relax?
You can answer that.
I walk and he plays pickleball, but other than that, we'd rather be out in this town.
He also lays outside in his beautiful
He
chaise
does.
lounge near the swimming pool.
He does.
With a cocktail,
A bourbon. And a cigar.
And he works hard for the money, so you need
He
to
was out there
relax.
today with a bourbon and a cigar.
By the way, he became the Palm Springs chief of police in retirement, so I don't know how
That is
retired
true.
that is.
He retired in 2013.
I failed at retirement. So.
Oh wow!
All right, so
that's good to know. I retired from the Department of Corrections like 17 years ago.
Oh, is that right?
And so any new retirees, I
To me,
get.
like you're still working.
Well, you know, for this guy.
Now, even though this is the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert's night, you two have recently been honored with Pride Honors Awards.
It's huge.
What's the specific name of your award?
We are the Friends of Stonewall,
And
it's the most amazing honor.
well, you know, you rode in the Pride Parade even before you were living here, 100%, and now you're being honored by Pride, and so worthy, so worthy are you. So, Cathy, have you decided what you'll be wearing?
I have several choices. In fact, I was thinking this week it's coming up on us very quickly. I'm going to have to start doing a pre-run on my options.
And the chief probably isn't spending a lot of time on his
Uniform.
wardrobe because he'll be in his uniform, but he and the police force are hard at work making sure that our Pride is very safe.
Absolutely.
There's lots of things going on above and behind the scenes to keep Pride safe, and we appreciate you for that.
We will give it every possible effort to make sure this is the safest environment that there can possibly be. You know, last year we had drones up, helicopter overhead, we had snipers, we had counter assault teams. But the reality was, here's 100,000 people on the average day partying, having fun. We made one arrest the entire time, and that was a person who just had a little bit too much alcohol. One out of 100,000. When I was in San Diego and we did this Jack Murphy Stadium or the Q, we'd have 75 officers working and make dozens of arrests on every event for 2 hours. Yet this is 10 hours. It just shows you what a great crowd this is and what a great community this is.
Well, it's beautiful. You're beautiful. Thank you for all you do. Oh, I just want to let you know, and you know, so I'm really upping the broadcast of the parade this year. I'm working with a professional event director. We will be hardwired into the internet. We will be working with 3 cameras and a team of about 8 people, including 3 announcers and me as host.
Woo!
That's awesome.
Fabulous.
Somebody's
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Somebody's gonna be yelling, action!
Yes. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, action! Have fun. So Mitch Battersby, Clifton was pointing you out and saying that guy is everywhere.
I try to be.
And the reason he's everywhere is because he is the volunteer coordinator of Palm Springs Pride, and Palm Springs Pride goes out of their way to be deeply engaged with the community. Thank you for all your work.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I love being part of the community. It's so exciting. And we have such a great community here that are just so engaged with fundraising and helping our local students and our community centers and our pride organizations. It's incredible.
How long have you lived in the desert?
This is my 11th year.
And what is it that you feel sets Palm Springs apart from other places you may have lived?
You know, I think that we have this bubble here of people that we've got the great allies, we've got our community, and everyone just blends really well together. We don't have that anxiety we see going on in so many other places in the country.
Fantastic. Cliff?
Well, I was going to say, you meet someone who just moves into Palm Springs, and they say, you know what? I can't find a thing to do in this town. What would you suggest?
I laugh. Well, you know, the center is a great place to go to get some volunteer time. We would love you at Palm Springs Pride, but there's so many other organizations here that, PSLOD, you've got Modern Man, the Gay Men's Choir. There's no end to what you can do in this city.
Well, my answer to that question, especially because they're long-term friends and media partners, is I tell people to go to kgaydesertguide.com, also known as gaydesertguide.lgbt, filled with events and activities. And of course, John Taylor, Monday through Friday on KGay in the mornings, is always filled with important information. And I know
that's the first magazine I picked up 10 years ago when I moved here to find out what to do.
Well, that was not Gay Desert Guide. That was Desert Daily Guide.
Oh, sorry.
People used to confuse them all the time. So if you see this in time, and you will, Palm Springs Pride 2024 still needs volunteers. They'll accept you right until the last day. They're going to feed you, they're going to hydrate you, they're not going to overwork you, and you could meet fabulous people.
Oh, yes.
We might overwork you.
Okay, you just made a liar out of me.
Don't tell them that the first day.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. So yeah, volunteer if you get a chance.
Also, check out his online cooking show with a great following. You can find it on Facebook, Neighbors Cooking.
Neighbors Cooking, that's my cooking show, and I'm a private chef, so.
Well, you go cook. We'll remain here sizzling.
Sizzle, sizzle.
And you guys stay tuned. I'm so excited about my next interview because I need more lesbian content. But also, I like to be as diverse as possible in my programming, and not to patronize you, but this is Sweet Baby J, and one of the things I admire about her is her life and career have used music to empower the lesbian community in ways that you would really never be able to quantify or document. Would you say I have that right?
I would say you have it dead on. Thank you very much, because it is important to know that, because when you look around at the center, there's a lot of men here, and there are some women, some lesbian women, and so we are out to represent. And through music, I like to talk about how music, the record started with lesbians. Literally, because that vinyl was so thick that they couldn't get a white man or woman's voice on it, so they had to go out and find the big bottom women. And those big bottom women just happened to be Bessie Smith and Ma Rainey, and those were two big lesbians that were hitting the road. So they came out of the box with records, first women recording records, and it was lesbians in the music, in the house. And so I'm continuing that legacy.
Yes, and tell people how you're continuing it and how to connect with you.
Okay, absolutely. You know what? We have a big festival coming up.
This may not air in time, but go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
So this, we'll see, but tell them about it.
Okay, let me tell you about it. It is November the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th.
This will air in time.
Now, there you go, baby. We're good. And some of you may know me from the Palm Springs Women's Jazz Festival. This is not that. I spent 12 years producing that festival. It was absolutely wonderful. I co-founded it. And what I decided to do when my partner died, my partner in music died, I decided to take a different path. I love jazz, but now I'm doing something that is so much fun. Country, blues, soul, rock, and classical. All and R&B, all in the same festival. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. It is the Sunset Music and Comedy Festival, and that means that we're going to make you laugh too. So the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th of November, you have to come because it is our first annual, and I am going to make it the number one. Maybe number two. Coachella can still have number one. What can I say?
Well, I don't know, but let's say something about the center. What brings you here in support of the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert?
I love the center because it's representative of who we are and it keeps us together in our community events. But Living Out is one of the sponsors. Living Out is one of our festival sponsors. And so I am here in support of Living Out and the LGBT Center. And if anything is happening in town that has gay in the title, I want to be there.
And PromoHomo.TV probably is there. So.
Yeah, I think so. I think I found the right spot, right?
Right. Well,
Okay.
listen, I love and adore you, even though we haven't spent a lot of real world time together. We spent enough time for me to just know you have a beautiful spirit and you do amazing things in your life.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Nick. I appreciate your audience.
Have fun tonight. Well, here we are, Cliff. We've done a lot of interesting interviews. We haven't been able to interview everyone.
No, of course not.
My goal every time I do something like this is to really share the heart and soul of the organization and do a deep dive into the importance, the breadth, the scope, and the value of their work.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. I think what you've done tonight is met those who had a lot to do with the event and its creativity and its inception. And I think it's interesting to meet the people who helped get the center off the ground. And I can't think of anything else we could do.
I can think of something that all of you can do. You know what I'm going to tell them?
I think I do. Go ahead.
Go to thecentercv.org and learn a lot more about the vital work of this important organization. It really is a beacon of hope and light for the world, as is the Greater Palm Springs area, because I know I don't take it for granted, and I know that you don't, that we have a special set of circumstances here in the Coachella Valley, where in other places of the world, people could be killed if they were even suspected of being part of the LGBTQ community.
I think if you're thinking of coming to Palm Springs and it's on your list of choices for retirement or vacation, visit the website, check things out, make some calls, and have things all set up for your arrival.
Yes, and remember, I believe that it was Martin Luther King who said that something like this: none of us are free until all of us are free. And the work is global, and that's what I love about online broadcasting. It is also global, even though a lot of what we do is local. Our stories are the same in many ways around the globe.
That's true.
Well, any other final word?
No, but I think that we're about to get things going here. I see a lot of friends, and let's chat it up.
Yeah, what's going to happen now is, now that they've had this amazing cocktail hour and step and repeat and interview ops, we're going to go in and sit down for a banquet. We're going to see the official presentations of the awards. You either met the honorees or Mike Thompson talked about Mr. Kasoy, who was one of the major donors. Didn't get a chance to track him down tonight. And I'm looking forward to being inspired. And I tell you, some of the presentations at this event always bring tears to my eyes.
It's going to be an amazing event. And looking forward to seeing the American Idol winner who came out of our hometown.
Yes, she did. Well, our home valley.
Well,
from India. She's from India.
We're all one family in the desert.
Well, I think we've stretched that out enough. On behalf of Clifton Tatum and myself, thank you for watching this very special edition of PromoHomo.TV. And I love being able to hang out on the red carpet with a handsome man, so I think I might do this again.
Well, that'd be my honor.
Wow, I loved reliving that. This is going out on August 13th, 2025. I did not broadcast this previously like I thought that I would. The reason for that is really for the last year I've been coming to understand, well, get a confirmed diagnosis and coming to understand this progressive muscle disease that I have. Since I'm mentioning it, I just want to say that I have learned that I'm not going to die of it. My heart is not involved. My lungs are not involved. I still have the ability to eat and swallow. I have implications in the way that I walk. I may or may not end up in a wheelchair. Um, but I basically remain in gratitude because uh, if I look up this disease, it's called Nemaline myopathy. If I look it up, I find a lot of kids in wheelchairs on respirators, and I'm a 63-year-old man. So I have a lot of gratitude for the level of health and well-being that I do experience. But that's where your support of my work really comes in. I am a volunteer and I'm the primary funder of this work. So you can support my work for as little as $3 a month. If you donate $10 a month or more by the end of 2025, your name goes into the closing credits. And if you donate $25 a month or more at any time, now or in 2026 and beyond, your name will always be in the closing credits. Also, the conversations that I had in this broadcast that you just watched about Palm Springs Pride is still happening. It's the second weekend. Actually, let me just double check this. I believe it's November 7th, 8th, and 9th. Double check that for yourself. But excuse me, on or around November 7th, 8th, or 9th. And I've already told you about Center Stage coming up this year, but just want to let you know to go to the centercv.org/center stage if you want to buy tickets. I'm hoping that it will sell out. The other thing I want to do is I want to encourage you to go to the centercv.org and sign up for their I'm going to just bring up their newsletter. It comes out on Wednesdays, and the content for today's broadcast was embargoed until 8 a.m. this morning, August 13th. And I have, so I waited until I broke all the news. But when you subscribe to the newsletter, you get, just one second, here we go. So this is the newsletter as it looks in my Gmail. And just to give you a quick look here. So it's the weekly newsletter. There's a nice note from Mike Thompson, information about upcoming events such as the Coachella Valley lip sync battle. Center Stage is the first, this is the first time it was announced. A sound bath, a retirement workshop, yoga, a youth pool party, LGBTQ plus pool party, American Sign Language courses, another Move and Thrive workshop, workshop on Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security and Older Americans Act, the Queer Eyes Cinema Club. There's a women's social every month, and also a center social that's focused on everyone. Although the center social in 2025 is in August is the 27th at Ace, so that's going to be outside by a pool. Hopefully, it won't be too hot. All sorts of things going on in the newsletter. So I encourage you to go to the centercv.org and sign up for their weekly newsletter. Their open rate is really great. A lot of people will get newsletters and in their mail and never open them, but the open rate of the center's newsletter is very high because we want to stay engaged. So, and I want to let you know. I want to let you in on a little secret, because if you've watched to this point in the broadcast, you're really engaged. Well, it takes a bit of effort and time to create all of the videos that I roll into this broadcast. And literally, the video that opened up this show today, the wonderful montage of interviews, and the official announcement of this year's honorees, I had it edited, downloaded, condensed, transferred into my studio uploaded and then set as the opening intro in my studio control system within just a few seconds of the start time of the show. So I cut it a little close today, but it all worked. I'm very happy you watched. Once again, I welcome your support in any way possible, and please share the broadcast. And with that, I'm going to see you all next time. And I do so much appreciate that you watched.
In a safe place, I got room to breathe. Been a long chase, but at last I'm free. These open woods, I knew I could find peace here. Nothing like the city where I got tired of the running, the catching up. I got hungry for the stunning high mountain tops. Some plans, some dreams to catch, to promised lands, to find my path, see the planet from greater heights. I have found a place out of time and space, far from city lights, up on see the blue sky, feel the wind that blows. Get the rush in, heaven only knows. I'm all alone, still lying far from lonely. On a journey, on a winding road. Got tired of the running, the catching up. I got hungry for the sun.